Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins is here to tell us more. Madam Secretary, it's good to see you tonight. So as of 2023, and this is going to shock the viewers, China reportedly owned more than 277,000 acres of agricultural land in the country. Is this a goal of ours now to have China own 0%? Could you get that back from China? Tell us what's going to happen.
Well, first of all, how great to be with you again. We had a wonderful event this morning announcing this. I had Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem, Defense Pete Hegseth, had AG Pam Bondi. We had 3 of the country's best governors. We had several people from the Hill. This is an all-of-government approach.
What does that mean?
Well, what that means is that if we're going to really ban China from buying our farmland or any foreign adversaries, it's got to be the states have to lean in, the federal government has to step up. We've got to have executive orders out of the White House.
A law?
There's a law needs to be passed. A lot of bills have been filed, but it hasn't moved. I don't know that America really understands, or at least our elected officials.
How is this allowed,
recently.
though? China owns Smithfield Foods, one of the largest food processing plants in the United States, land near military bases. I've covered this for 20 years.
Well, it's now all changes today. I mean, today we, for the first time, are saying no more. Banning the sale of China farmland, working with the states, getting the bills passed through Congress, having an executive order, but also, Laura, looking at how to potentially claw some of that back, especially that's a national security issue.
It's 100% national security issue, food security, national security. Madam Secretary, earlier today, President Trump made a comment about what to do with illegal immigrant farm workers. Watch.
There's no amnesty. What we're doing is we're getting rid of criminals, but we are doing a work program.
But last week, the president said something different in Des Moines.
We're going to sort of put the farmers in charge. If a farmer's been with one of these people that work so hard, they bend over all day. We don't have too many people can do that, but they work very hard and they know them very well. If a farmer is willing to vouch for these people, in some way, Kristi, I think we're going to have to just say that's going to be good. Serious radical right people, who I also happen to like a lot, they may not be quite as happy, but they'll understand.
Well, I mean, Madam Secretary, which is it? Because, first of all, radical right, that's the majority of Americans want every illegal immigrant deported. 4 polls.
You're right.
Majority of Americans want all legal immigrants. Americans always did their own farming. When you and I were growing up, Americans did their own farming. There were a few foreign workers, but really not that many. What's going on here?
Well, I think, first of all, and I was glad the president underscored this today, first, no amnesty under any circumstances.
Bush said no amnesty, so did McCain, but they meant amnesty.
I think President Trump hopefully has earned a little more grace, not grace, but a little more confidence than those. But no amnesty, second mass deportations continue. But he has been fairly specific that we need to make sure that we don't compromise our food supply. So we are going to mass deport, but we have to make sure we focus on the really bad guys first in the inner cities, L.A., New York, et cetera. Number 3, moving toward more automation, but also moving toward an American-based labor supply. You and I have talked about this on screen, off screen. That's the goal. And then finally, for Congress, our Secretary of Labor and others to really begin to fix this. The president is unequivocal in his support for farmers, but also weighing that with his support for secure borders and mass deportation, ensuring we don't have that illegal population here. He remains committed to that, and we're here to effectuate that vision.
Who's the far right?
Well, I don't know. You know, it's all of us.
I'm feeling a little far right. I mean, I've been covering this issue since 1996 when Bill Clinton had Operation Gatekeeper, San Diego border. He actually took it seriously. Democrats used to care about these issues. But I think the concern is that once you start making carve-outs, hospitality here, then there's farmers there, then tech says, oh, we have no engineers. How did we become the world's greatest superpower with American-powered labor force? You
know, the president's vision of putting America first, I think to your point, includes all of America. And I mentioned today, and it's caused a little bit of a firestorm, we have 34 million able-bodied men and women who are able to work in our Medicaid program and do not. Why aren't we filling these jobs? What happened to the dignity of work? What happened to moving people off of government?
Bingo. There are plenty of Americans who actually can do work that Americans always used to do.
That's right.